Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium. Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He's got his man. This is Tate. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 6. Open man is Uzomah. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete here. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it from here. You kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game. Yeah,
I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, That's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again?
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second and 9, Jackson, and an alley to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, Taylor. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
You go tight. Cover. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Wide. Get wide. Check 3. Check 99. Okay. Check.
They run with Ajayi. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Switch up.
On third down, Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Switch it. Yes!
2nd and 1. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Crunch. 61. Matchbox, right. Smoke. Ready.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Let's go.
He completes it to Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Bravo! 56. Check 56. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. C.J. Uzomah, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Ravens 3. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 5 lines in the game, 4 of them to the right side.
Bang, 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 bang.
Looking to throw.
You ain't doing that today.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away.
The Ravens take over
Let's go.
first and
Do
10
it.
at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now it's Ajayi. Room to run past midfield. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Completes it to Ajayi. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the pressure gets to him again. Whitney merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on third and long. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Second and 13. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Pressure too much. Down he goes. J.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On the ready. The mic. 458's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jackson from the shotgun. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Jackson. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go now. Mike, put the flag. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up. By Jesse Bates.
Let's go. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check pass. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you feel that.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Ravens' 23-yard line.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, they'll throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Let him know. Recon, 132 fight. Check 24. Wow, move. We did. Hey, no, 52. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
They're going to look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Flushed out right. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. William Jackson with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he's forced out left. He's going to take off with it. And he goes out right around the 39. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Check. Lock it. Go. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yes! We got motion. Back up. 552. Ready, go!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Bernard. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
This is Ajayi. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same...
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Final score now from Atlanta, and the Falcons sort of opening things up there. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. The Bengals drive about to get going, and 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces.